Welcome to Crypto.XL, your go-to spot for all things crypto. Here we dive into market trends, altcoin gems, and blockchain innovations, helping you stay ahead in the ever-evolving world of crypto. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Want exclusive insights? Join the Patreon where I share buy and sell picks, market updates, and behind-the-scenes content. Hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon so you never miss an update. Let's ride the crypto wave together.
Crypto.XL. Make sure you smash those likes on your way in. How you doing? All right, so it's been a few days, and I've just been calmly DCAing. And the reason why I've been doing so is because I cannot predict the exact date of the bottom, and I don't want to lose any here trying to predict that. So if I see an opportunity, I'll take an opportunity. I want to give a big shout out to the Patreons that were able to buy the dip and get in on the buy alert because there's opportunity everywhere in the market. And recently I saw an opportunity in Mavia, Heroes of Mavia, and I took that opportunity. So I sent out a buy alert. I'm trying to pull it up here. Here we go. I sent out a buy alert, and this was a few days ago, and we managed to catch Mavia at 92% off. So we caught a 92% sale on Heroes of Mavia. So this is a 90-day chart, and it's 92% down. And here it is at 12 cents. So shout out to the Patreons, anyone who got in on this deal, because we could have gotten a quick 6x if you were able to execute on that deal. Right? I know the market is scary. I know we don't know where the bottom is. And I know it doesn't feel right to be buying when things just keep going down, right? That all being said, though, if you're able to do so, this chart is ridiculous. If you're able to do so, that means you would have gotten in on a massive pump, because we bought it for 12 cents and this thing went up to 63 cents. So that's over a 5x in a very short amount of time. This is a few days, actually. It's in about 4 days or so, quick 5x. Nothing to brag about. That's a quick 5x between friends, But one of the things that I wanted to do today is to show you a different chart here. I was going to show you Bitcoin with the M2 money supply. So let me go back to the original chart of what I was trying to show you. Okay, because at the intro, to the opening of my video, I said we're not able to predict the bottom. And I said that's the reason why I'm DCAing in. Well, there's a few reasons why I'm DCAing in. Let's go over them, shall we? Number one, we wicked down to the 50-day moving average, or very close to it, about $1,000 away from it. We came down to $76,800. And at the time, the moving average was 75,610. During a bull market, you'll see that Bitcoin uses a 50-week moving average as support. It wicks down and bounces off, wicks down and bounces off. At some point, we bounce off and we go really, really high and we move away from the moving average, especially as we head towards euphoria. Therefore, DCing in as we wick down to this moving average can be considered smart, and this is where smart money buys, actually. Okay, if you look at the RSI, by the way, we're nowhere near green, we're nowhere near top. We start getting worried once the RSI starts coming up to anything, 80, 79, 80, anything above there, we start getting worried, looking to peak out in the 90s, especially as we head towards euphoria. So we talked about Bitcoin wicking to the moving average and using that as a good time to buy. As you can see now, we just bounced up a little bit. I'm on the weekly, by the way. This is the weekly chart on Bitcoin. So we've bounced up, we've bounced off, and we're a little bit away from it. I have overlaid the M2 money supply over the Bitcoin pricing chart. And as you can see, there is a close correlation. By the way, this chart's been going around. First place I've seen it is House of Crypto, so I will give credit to him. I do pay attention to informative information, informative people that give good information. And so far, the correlation between the M2 money supply and the current Bitcoin chart in a bull market, the correlation is increasing as the bull market continues. So, which means that as we head towards peak euphoria, most likely in Q4 of 2025, the correlation should continue to increase because that's what it's been doing over the past few months. As you can currently see, what I have done is I've taken the M2 money supply and I've moved it back 10 days so it can match the Bitcoin chart, the movement of the Bitcoin chart. And what we can see here is that every time this yellow line rises, the yellow line is the M2 money supply, and which will give us a surprise after 10 days. You'll see every time the yellow line rises, the price of Bitcoin rises. Every time the yellow line retreats, the price of Bitcoin retreats. Now, it doesn't exactly move the same amount. I will say, like right here, there's a slight deviation between the two, but you'll see that eventually it catches up and it's actually touching the way that I arranged this chart. It's actually touching. So there is definitely a correlation. And you see here this slight uptick. We had a slight uptick in the price of Bitcoin. So we came up here. Pay attention to this, guys. Very important. This is a weekly chart. I want you to remember that this is not the daily. This is the weekly chart. So we wicked up here in the M2 money supply. We moved up slightly, and the price of Bitcoin moved up slightly. And we topped out here at approximately, this was almost 85Ks, 84K 900, somewhere around there. Something else to note, there is a whale that has shorted Bitcoin, and this whale will be liquidated at approximately $86,000. So that's why this entire thing is quite intriguing. A whale put up $2 million and shorted Bitcoin, and he will be liquidated at $86 million. $86,000 Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin hits 86,000, $2 million from the whale is gone. His shorts close, and I guess we get a spike up in price before we come crashing back down. According to the M2 money supply chart, we're supposed to be coming back down soon. And if you look at the date of the lowest point on this chart, it is March 24th, right? So that's Monday, March 24th. We're currently on a Monday, so that is approximately 1 week from today. So if this chart continues to play out and the correlation continues to be close to one, I'm expecting the price of Bitcoin to come down. And if you also look at this green line right here, you can see that there is confluence here, because then the price will come down to the 50-week moving average. And what price is that? Drum roll, please. Approximately 75K. Approximately. Let's see. Can we get a closer? Yeah, somewhere around 75K. It's a little above 75K, but the market likes solid numbers, right? It's about 75,895, so it's around 75K. So there's a high probability that we end up wicking down at some point between now and March 24th, around 75K. Should that happen, at that point, I will be DCing into my high conviction projects. And which projects are those, you may ask? Well, there are many. The Patreons know of quite a few. We've had some chats recently of these projects, of some of them. But right off the top, I'm going to mention, um, I normally call it Kai Network. That's not the Quay Network, QUAI Network, right? Um, AI Tech, I have not mentioned recently. But again, I mean, look at these prices. The price is ridiculous. Mavia, which we recently got a 6X on, we've been DCing into it despite knowing that we could still come back down. And let me check this percentage move. And again, if you miss Mavia, if we end up doing this, there's your entry right there. Okay, there's your entry. So crypto gives you a second chance. I don't think it doesn't work like that. But let's say we do end up going to around 75K. If you take it from the peak, that's a huge drop. Actually, from the peak, it's about a 10% drop from today's high, or from the week's high. That's about a 10% drop. So the majority of the retracement should be over. Should be. I'm not guaranteeing anything. Crypto is very risky. You can lose all your money in crypto. It's unregulated. This is not the stock market, right? I am not a financial advisor. Everything you're doing is high risk. You're assuming the risk if you choose to invest in crypto. I am not assuming your risk. You're assuming your risk, right? This is just for entertainment and educational purposes. So we look at a retracement here. This is about a 10% retracement from the highs. And if that were to happen, what that does to altcoins, it could be a 30% discount on your favorite altcoin. Depending on the market cap, the lower the market cap, the more the retracement. So I'll be looking out for this. Doesn't mean I don't DCA now. I might DCA when I see coins that are just too low to resist. So I've mentioned a few. I mean, there are so many. If you were to look at, if you were to look at, there's just so many coins in my mind, man. I'm just gonna go off GameFi. The price on that is completely ridiculous. Um, Let me just go through a few coins real quick. I mean, this thing is near all-time lows. Look at this. Straight down, straight down, straight down. If you notice, this is it's starting to like curve and become flat. And last time this happened, it did a clean 10x. So I think these coins could go higher. I'm not going to say where they can go. I just think that they could do really, really well. And in a short period of time too, because if you look at what Mavia did, Mavia just out of nowhere exploded. Right, we were getting this thing for 12 cents, and then it spiked up to 63 cents. So it just exploded out of nowhere. Doesn't mean that Mavia it's done. It's going, no, because it's going to retrace and it's going to come back to it. It might come back to the golden pocket, and Usually, when these things spike up like this, a good time to get in is when it has a retracement of about 50% or more, right? So if it goes up to 63 cents, half of that is about 30 cents, somewhere around there, somewhere around there. And if it doesn't do it, then it doesn't do it. Again, there's like 20 coins that, that are great buy opportunities. But if it does do it, then that's a good coin to get into. Gold CS Maximus. The highs on this coin was $1.30, and now it's currently flirting with 5 cents. So I mean, the risk reward here and opportunity is really really good. But I will warn you that with crypto, to do well in this game, you're gonna need patience. You're not gonna buy today and then tomorrow it goes back to $1.30. That's not what happens. If you look at ADA, do you know how long ADA holders had to wait before ADA did this, before ADA had any action? This is right here. Let's look at this. This is 2022. So 2022, 2023, 2024. They waited about 2 years, 2 years for ADA to do anything. And then when it did something, right? So this is October 28th, 2024. October 28th. So in October, end of October into November and December, end of October is pretty much November, right? So in 1 month, it did a 500% move in 1 month. So they waited 2 years for it to do a one. They waited 2 years for it to do a 500% move in 1 month. Now, most people gave up in ADA around right here. And then the slight pump and it came down. Whoever didn't give up here gave up right here when it retraced from this slight pump back from March of 2024. And because other coins, there were some coins like that were doing like 50x and stuff like Viot. So people would have given up on ADA right here. And then the few people that still held it, all of a sudden they got a 500% reward. And this is what I mean with crypto is that you're going to have some patience. But you have to have patience in coins that can rebound. Don't have patience in loser coins that will never come back, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to drop by and let you know where my head's at with the market and what I see happening. Kai Network, it says 40% in 1 year. Okay, hasn't been out for a full year. Kai Network, just checking it out now. I'm seeing that we had some lows. We had some lows here around. Recently, it was around 8 cents, and I'm looking at the DCAs on this. Like anything around 8 cents or so, we could go lower if what I think is going to happen happens, and we end up retracing to like 75K before we end up taking off. That might be the most opportune buying opportunity for a coin like this or for any coins in the market. And if that does happen, I will be DCing. Doesn't mean I won't nibble if I do see some really good prices before then. I will, right? Like we did nibble at Mavia because the price was just ridiculous. It was completely ridiculous. The thing was down more than 90%. At this point, I really don't think you're going to lose. I was going to say long term. Long term in crypto is 3 to 6 months. I don't think you're going to lose here. I really don't because we're just so low on everything. But can you get an even better price? Probably. So maybe I nibble a little bit now, and should the crash happen, then I go ham, right? That might be a good strategy. But no, the bull market's not over. Altcoin season is still coming. When is it going to come? Well, it's up to the Federal Reserve and when they decide to ease up on the quantitative tightening, right? So we have a Federal Reserve meeting coming up really, really soon. I believe that's March 19th, which would be 2 days from now. I'm not anticipating them lowering the rates because we're not in a position for that. I think we need more capitulation with the S&P 500 and the markets before they do that. And we just might get that. That might happen. That might be the catalyst that makes us go further. I do believe that we have some more retracement coming with the markets, with the S&P, with Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin, which follows these other markets. Bitcoin is the beta to those alpha markets. So some retracement should show up. According to the chart, according to the M2 money supply and the data in front of me, we're looking at a dip pretty much now. We're looking at a dip from now to the 24th of March. That's what the M2 money supply is showing me. And so far, we've been correlating with this for a few months. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. At this dip right here, at this point, it was then that he knew that it was time to get active. Around here, I think I'll be getting active, should everything continue to play out like it's been playing out. So initially, we thought that at this point, we would be skyrocketing. A few months back, like my projections a few months back was that we would be very bullish by this time in the market. And new data has come in, and I have to follow the data. I have to be willing, I have to be flexible and take into all the variables in front of me. And a variable in front of me is showing me that, look at what the M2 money supply is doing. Last bull market, M2 money supply moved up, and guess what? The altcoins went ham at the time when the M2 money supply went crazy. So history is repeating. We just have to wait for this. And this is starting. And there's another thing I want to tell you about this. This is the exciting part. The part that's exciting about this right here, and we're very, very close to this, right? We're on the precipice of this happening. The part that's very exciting about this is that I don't believe this ends here, right? The date here is May 25th. So it starts here. Does it end at May 25th? I don't think so. I think we're going to see this continue to print. I will keep you guys posted, right? But so far, everything is going according to plan. Crypto, the coins are down 90%. So it really doesn't take much for them to go crazy, right? So these ridiculous numbers that we were quoting a year ago, this one could go 50x, that could go 40x, this one could do this and that. I think these numbers are actually possible. And that's the scary part. Remember to manage your risk. Do not put your rent money in crypto. And do not take out loans to buy crypto. Because when you do, you will lose. I almost guarantee you. That's just how the market works. When your greed is too much, things don't work out. When you are level-headed and you manage your risk and you try to get the chunk right in the middle, it usually works out well for you, right? I am not your financial advisor. Make sure you consult one should you need one. So that's what I have for you today. Shout out to the Patreons. We're going to be printing. I believe so. Manage your risk. And I will see you guys at the top. Crypto.XL. Smash that like. Peace.
Welcome to Crypto.XL, your go-to spot for all things crypto. Here we dive into market trends, altcoin gems, and blockchain innovations, helping you stay ahead in the ever-evolving world of crypto. But remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing here is financial advice. Always do your own research before investing. Want exclusive insights? Join the Patreon where I share buy and sell picks, market updates, and behind-the-scenes content. Hit that like, subscribe,